Another day with another AMC stock video, guys. Let's just dive into it. It's currently about 2:15 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have AMC stock up over 4%, 4.5% to be exact. It's right around $5.70 right now, as the overall markets are doing pretty decent today. Not the best day, but of course not the worst day. We have the Russell up 0.1%, same with the NASDAQ, as the S&P's up 0.4%, and we have the Dow Jones leading the way up 0.6%, as the VIX is down about 4%, and we have the metals. Let's see here. We have gold up 0.5%, and we have silver up 1.6%. So we're going to break down AMC stock in this video. We're going to take a look at the charts. Then we're going to talk about this other cinema, company that's actually going bankrupt right now. And of course, later in the video, we're going to break down the overall stock market. So jam-packed video. If y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 free stocks from Moomoo, guys. It is free money. Link down below. We'll talk more about that later, and now let's dive into it. So check it out, guys. Again, AMC stock is up about 4.5% right now, which of course isn't the biggest day that this stock has had ever, obviously, but it's still up 4.5%. Pretty good. And the prominent thing that I'm looking at here today that we've seen thus far is the fact that we're breaking out of the highs from yesterday, and really the last couple of days we've been making these higher highs and these higher lows, taking out previous days highs, and really we've been continuing this mini uptrend that we've been on over the past couple of days. And you guys probably know, I'm not sure if you remember, but we talked about it a couple days ago. AMC theaters had one of their best weekends in recent memory over, this past Easter weekend. I believe 3.6 million people went and saw a movie at an AMC location over, the weekend from, I believe, Friday to Sunday. And that Saturday over, the Easter weekend was the best Saturday since AMC reopened after the COVID shutdown. So that's a good sign, fundamentally speaking here. The fact that more and more people are going to theaters and they're watching movies and they're getting out of their houses. They're not, they're still streaming, but now they're starting to go to theaters even more. Hopefully that trend continues here for the sake of AMC's business. Of course, we need that trend to continue for this company to stay afloat. So again, technically speaking, right now we are looking pretty good on the 5-day 5-minute. We hit a fresh high today at $5.74, which you guys can see here on the zoomed in 5-day 5-minute. And we just actually, now that I'm looking at this, a couple hours ago, really about an hour ago, when we hit that 574 level, we took the highs out from previously, or from earlier in the day, which those highs were roughly 570. So not only are we taking out highs on the 5-day 5-minute, but we're also taking out intraday highs today, which is a really good sign overall for the bulls. And you guys probably remember, if you've been watching my AMC stock videos, we recently took out the highs from earlier this month and from last month, which those highs were right around $5.30 to $5.40. We took those highs out, I believe, yesterday. So the fact that we're still above that level, we're breaking out of 550, 540, that general range, that's a really good sign for the bulls. Now, we're approaching a massive level of resistance, which who knows, we might test that point today, being about $5.90, which you guys can see if I zoom in a little bit here. 590 is where my alert's at, first of all, but the reason why my alert's there is because that was the high from the middle of December, also from the middle towards the end of January, and also from the middle of March. So that's the next gap to fill, which we probably, well, I don't want to say for sure, but we might fill that gap today or at some point later this week. And if that does break, if we do crack above 590 into the sixes, the next gap to fill from that point would be all the way up to about 670 to about 675, which we talked about yesterday. You guys probably remember that is the neckline of the Head and Shoulders. It was the neckline of the Head and Shoulders from back in February heading into March. You guys see it right here. We have the left shoulder, the head right here. Then we have the right shoulder. So 675, that's a prominent level. If we do break $6, $5.90, that's probably where we're going to go. $6.75. Then if that were to break, we might be making a move back towards $8, which was the high from the end of February. But baby steps, guys, baby steps. We're not there yet, but that's where we could be going again if we break these prominent levels. So let's talk about this other theater company that's actually going bankrupt. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. You can see right here, shareholders in Cineworld will be wiped out under the embattled cinema operator's latest proposals to reorganize the business and exit bankruptcy, which probably won't happen. I don't know. We'll see, guys. But the London-listed chain, which filed for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. back in autumn, so a couple months ago, said it had filed a reorganization plan with an American bankruptcy court, and the plans detail how the business intends to restructure its debt pile totaling about $5 billion or roughly 4 billion euros, so it can stick to its timetable of exiting Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection during the first half of this year. And of course, they require approval from the bankruptcy court, which considers how companies are restructured as they exit Chapter 11, as well as approval from certain creditors. And Cineworld said its plan was supported by lenders, which hold and control about 83% of its loans that are due to be repaid in 2025 and 2026, and of its revolving credit facility, which was due to be repaid this year. They said it was also backed by those holding and controlling about 69% of its outstanding debts. And man, this company is definitely going through it right now. And however, the company added that its high levels of debt and the level of existing debt due to be released under the reorganization plan meant the proposed restructuring does not provide for any recovery for holders of Cineworld's existing equity interests. And why am I mentioning this? Because, well, AMC could be in that same scenario. It could be going bankrupt potentially at some point in the future if the fundamentals do not improve. We all know AMC does have a good amount of debt, and they are arguably overvalued at the level that they are right now, $5.66 with a $4.4 billion market cap. And if we pull up the financials, guys, we've talked about this before, but to do a quick refresher, pulling up the balance sheet, let me show you this. The balance sheet shows right now let's pull it up if it wants to pull up. There we go. They have total assets of right around $9.1 billion. And if we break that down to current assets, they have $900 million of current assets with around $630 million of cash equivalents, and short-term investments. And if we come down a little bit here to see their total debt, they have around $10 billion of total debt. And let's see how much current liabilities they have. They have $1.7 billion of current liabilities, which means they're not in the best capital position right now, because they cannot cover their current liabilities, which are liabilities due within the next 12 months. They can't cover them with their cash equivalents. In other words, what they can liquidate or what they have liquid right now. And their current assets are roughly $900 million, like I said, which is way under their current liabilities. In other words, their current ratio is not looking pretty. It's well under 1 at this point. So they're at, they're in a very vulnerable spot, which you guys obviously know. AMC needs to raise money somehow. They need to get through this position, which I believe at some point they ultimately will. Sure, they could go bankrupt, but I don't think necessarily they will go bankrupt, at least as of now. We'll see. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And of course, we have earnings coming up, I think later. When are these earnings? Let me pull this up to confirm with you guys. Earnings are coming up later, not this month, but early next month. So about 3 weeks from now, on the 5th of May, this company's reporting earnings. So they're looking to do, let me show you guys this. Based on 7 analysts, you guys see right here, the average estimate for EPS is negative 16 cents. So of course, they're going to lose money. The low estimate is negative 24 cents. The high estimate is negative 11 cents. So either way, based on the high, the low, the average, they're going to be losing money for this upcoming quarter. And when it comes to revenue, based on 7 analysts, $926 million is the average. The low estimate is $831 million, and we have the high estimate at $1.04 billion with sales growth of around 18% year over year. Not too shabby. And of course, these are all estimates, guys, so keep that in mind. And yeah, not too bad. 18% sales growth. That's a lot better than Bed Bath & Beyond's expected sales growth, which, well, it's not going to be sales growth. It's sales decline of 37% last I checked. So that's kind of a rundown of what I'm looking at right now and some updates on Cineworld, guys, and the charts here when it comes to AMC stock. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you haven't gotten up to 15 free stocks yet for Moomoo, what are you waiting for? Make sure to use that link down below. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. And if you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 free shares of stock. And listen to this, if you deposit at least $1,000, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And they're also doing a paper trading competition right now, which if you win that, you get up to $1,500 cash and you get 1 month free of Benzinga Pro. So there's a lot of perks down there if you use that Moomoo link. And of course, it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all. As always, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And you might as well get 12 stocks from Webull, and you might as well check out my Patreon as well while you're at it. All of those are linked down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.